For someone that's had just about 3 hours sleep, I'm feeling pretty good. So it's currently 20 to 5 in the morning. I did wake up about 3:30 kind of thing, but I kicked around in bed till about 4 and had to get dressed and put stuff on, and then I was already 2/3 the way out the door and I realized I forgot certain keys for stuff. And as you can probably see, I'm not actually using my bike. I decided to walk this morning, so it'll take longer to get to that place I wanted to shoot yesterday. You know, where the rock is, and then you have the long line to the mountains kind of thing. So I figured I'd just walk because it's still pretty dark. I mean you can see me, but the sun is definitely not coming up just yet. And there's actually a layer of fog coming right through in that middle section that I want to shoot, so I don't know how clear or not it's going to be. So I'm just gonna get down there. It'll probably take me another 15 minutes to get there, and then I'll set all my stuff up and just wait, I guess, for the sun to rise, which is probably the best thing to do. It's just to get to a location, but the problem is you need to know the location you want to shoot. So that's why I've done all this, you know, walking around to try and see where I want to shoot. So I'm babbling on about at this point, so I'm just going to end the clip now, and then I'll get back to you when I've actually set up my shots. Okay, so I did not expect this. The water level is a lot higher than what it was yesterday. Remember, I was actually hanging out over there shooting that rock. Well, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, in fact, but it feels like yesterday because I didn't do anything yesterday. Apart from, well, I worked, I did video editing, but you know, this is a lot higher. Maybe it will lower with the tide in the morning. I don't know, because I guess I turned up here about 45 minutes from now, and I know tides are fairly predictable, so I'm just hoping it will be lower down. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I managed to get my tripod set up on a dry spot. I know I could throw it in the water, but I don't really want the first time my tripod being in water is when I have my 70 to 200 on it. That's an expensive experiment to put a lot of trust in your tripod. Although I quite trust the tripod now. I've only used it a couple of times, but it just feels very sturdy. But I'm just not comfortable or confident enough really to do that. The other thing I'm hoping for, I'm hoping that it actually gets color, because the sky looks great on camera in that top section, but trust me, this whole bit here is just a pile of blah. And there's not much, how would you call it, separation between all the mountains here. It's just not very separate, but hopefully that will change with the light and some of the fog coming through. But I guess I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait. I'm gonna probably put my 70-200 on here and just hang around and wait. So that is everything set up. I've got the 70-200 on, and I've got the little GPS thing as well, so it's all set up, ready to go. I've done my framing, so that's the shot there. So hopefully you'll get the nice sunrise coming through here, maybe the sun there, and you'll get all the colors happening there. So there is more separation happening in the mountains, you can see that here. One problem we are going to run into is midges. We've got little midges flying around everywhere. And because it's a nice calm morning, they're just flying around and attacking me. And I've already got wet butt syndrome from sitting down on the wet grass, because the water is not receding at all. So don't know what's going on there, but it's just coming up to 5 o'clock and no sign of the sun. And I really am hoping it's not just going to get bright. And I mean, that happens, that can happen, you know, 3 times out of 5 here in Scotland. It will just start getting brighter because the cloud is so dense and low that it just gets bright. So we'll just have to hang around and see. One thing actually is the 70-200 may be too tight. Funny that, but the shot may just be too close. I kind of want it a little wider. When I was looking back, comparing the shot, the test shot I took with the 70-200 compared to the one I did with the 16-35, I actually kind of prefer the 35 one. Maybe you kind of need something a little tighter, but not as tight as 70mm, because that's, I'm far back out at 70, but we'll have to see how the light plays. If the light plays ball, then we should be okay, but just have to hang around and see. But yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, just midges everywhere. I can see them crawling on my hand now as well. Hopefully they don't bite me or anything. So Scottish summer, I guess. You can blame that. So it's just gone 5:15 and there is still no sign of the sun. Getting a little nervous, if I'm honest, but this is probably around the same time that I left the house a couple of days ago when I came out here. So hopefully it's okay. My only other possible issue is that there is no definition in the sky in that lower, well, what will be my shot's upper third, but it's the lower third of the sky, just, you know, where the trees are and stuff over here, blah de blah. So I may need to recompose my shot because that is my upper third. My lower third is, it's actually quite nice, it's all in thirds. My lower third is the water, my middle third is the tree line, and then the upper third is the sky. So it all quite works well because the lining up with the mountain is also lining up with the top of the trees. I'm quite happy with the composition of it. As I said before though, it may just be a little bit tight, and especially if there's nothing in the sky, I may need to recompose it. So because you don't see the bottom of the trees and the reflections in the water, because you can see the trees are reflecting in the water. And it looked great the other day. The reflections just glowed because of the glowing from the backlight of the trees. So I'm not sure if I need to, because if I need to recompose it, I need to get further back. So I may end up going up here maybe, because it's flatter and I can kind of aim down. I can aim down slightly at the whole composition, but I guess I'm just going to wait to see what the light is, because I'm happy enough with the framing, because I know this framing works, because I did it a couple of days ago now. But yep, just no sun at all. It's getting bright though, but it's bright for hours before. I mean, the fact that I'm up at 5:15 still kind of astonishes me, and I slept awfully. I was in bed by, well, I went to bed quite late because I ended up having to do some real life work. So I ended up going to bed about midnight. I went to bed at like 11. But I was up until about 12:30. Because my room was just unbelievably warm, because I had the fire on all day, and that kicked out. We've also got electric, what would you call them? Oh yeah, electric heater kind of things. Electric radiators, that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, mind blank. So we have those as well, and they're set to go off at a certain time, and I forgot about that, so I had like double heat in my room, and my room's quite small, so it gets quite warm quite quickly. So it was just unbelievably warm last night. I was trying to sleep like on top of my covers, half off my covers. It was just awful. It was crap. And I very nearly was like, okay, I'm just gonna not go tomorrow because I'm just not gonna be able to get any decent sleep. And I probably did only get about 3 hours. In total, I probably got about 3 hours by the time I actually went to sleep, because I was looking at my watch and it was 12:30. So I'm like, okay, well my alarm's set for 3:30, so I've definitely only got about 3 hours sleep. But I feel fine. I feel absolutely fine. Even when I woke up, I'm like, damn it, why do I feel okay? I'm not good at this waking up morning stuff. But yeah, I'm just waiting now for the sun still. And still nothing. Come on. I can see some very, very faint color in the upper bits of the sky. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Let me just have a quick look here. Okay, it actually looks overly pink on my screen here. It's not super pink, but it has a very slight paley kind of pink, purple. Yeah, it's more like a pale purple. It's very, very faint though. It looks pink on my screen right now. I don't know what the final color result will be, but there's some nice contrast on the screen. It looks better on screen here than it does like in RL. So it's funny, but yeah, just waiting around, I guess. I kind of almost wish I was further down the road, because there's some cool looking fog happening down there. It won't. I don't know if it'll be able to pick it up on camera, but you can see some of the fog just up here, and that's like a couple of mountain ridges away, and it looks awesome. But I came for this shot, and I don't want to. I'm here long enough that I can go. I'm actually hoping to try and go down there later. Hopefully I can kind of nail this shot fairly quickly. I don't know. I'm kind of half tempted to go down there though. Stupid Midgie. I'm kind of half tempted because I've kind of shot this already, and I've got a nice enough shot that I've got a shot I'm happy enough with. Happy enough is not the right word actually, because I haven't, truth be told, I haven't thrown any of the pictures I've shot in my computer yet to look, because yesterday I was just editing video and working on other stuff, so I haven't had a chance to look at my pictures. I'll probably do that today, because after I've done shooting I need to do some housework. And I'll probably catch a couple hours sleep because I just need it, and then I'll throw the pictures in. But do I go down there? You're watching me deliberate this in real time right now as midges are trying to fly in my eyeballs, and it's awkward. I'll hang around to decide. If I'm over there, you'll know I've changed my mind, but if I'm still here, this conversation didn't happen. So it's starting to drizzle a lot more now, so this is good, but I've kind of decided I'm still seeing no sun whatsoever, and it's now 5:30, so no hint of sun whatsoever. It's just getting brighter. So I'm going to hang around for another 20 minutes, and if nothing else happens and it's not chucking down with rain, because it's getting a little heavier now with the whole drizzle kind of deal, and I know and I expect it to be rained out, but I didn't want to be rained out today, because you never want to be rained out. But if it's not super heavy, I am actually gonna, yeah, you're covered in raindrops right now, so that's great. But I'm actually, if it's not too crazy heavy, because the camera will hold up, and I just don't want to leave without a picture today. That's just one thing I've kind of decided now. Although, as I'm talking, the rain is getting heavier. I can actually hear water coming down from the mountains just over here. I don't know where it's coming from. It may be in between these two mountains here. There's a little gap there, and it may be coming down from there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably pack up in 15 minutes or so, and I'm going to wander down that direction and see if I can see something, and maybe use the 70-200 nice and close up of water, and I'll use my polarizer that I've got for it, and maybe, you know, blur out the water and get some stuff, get at least something, at least, you know, like get a tight shot or something. I don't want to leave without a picture this morning, but it's definitely starting to rain a bit more now, for sure. So that's good. And I didn't bring my camera rain jacket thing. I've got them, but they're in the house because I just completely forgot to bring them. So that's great. Okay, so yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna grab my bag. I'm just gonna grab my stuff, put it in my bag, and I'm gonna walk over there. Might as well at this point, because it's just starting to rain. So I want to see what there is, and if there is something, then I'll try and shoot it. So I found the source of the water noise that I was telling you about. The only thing is I don't know where a shot could be, but it looks cool though. Possibly over there. There might be cool, but I guess I'll need to go over and basically I need to get to a safe spot where I can start to scout, because it's still drizzling. Don't know if it's as heavy, maybe because I'm moving I don't feel it as much, but I'm very sure that it's still drizzling. So I may or may not be able to get my camera out and shoot, but we shall see. Yeah, that's definitely where the noisiest bit is, just here. That's where you'll get some good smooth action. Maybe if I go over there, that looks like a good flat spot. So these trail shoes are great, but they're not so great on wet rocks, which is kind of what's happening right now. So I'm having to step extra carefully, especially since I'm carrying you guys. Okay. Ugh. Oh, that hurt my shoulder more than I thought it would. Okay, so this is quite rocky actually, but let's see if I can step carefully. Let me walk around, see if I can find something. Oh, down there looks quite, oh, that looks better. That looks better. But I have to get to it. I'll check it out and then I'll show you guys what I see. So that looks quite cool, but I'm almost certain I need to be over there, which means walking all the way back and crossing the bridge and then walking all the way down across this way. So I then need to walk all the way down to about there so I can get an upward shot of that. And with the 72-200, that will look probably quite good, especially if you can polarize it, cut through some of the water and kind of extend the exposure time. You know what's funny? It's still drizzling. I want to confirm that. Yes, it's still drizzling in Scotland. But I am actually seeing the faintest of orange in the sky now, back in that, back over there. So that's quite funny. Do I try and go back over there or not? I don't know. The clouds certainly aren't better than what they were yesterday. At least not from what I remember. So I don't know if it's worth it. But I've kind of shot that. I'm not good at going back and shooting something again unless it totally failed. And I don't think it failed the other day because I got really excited by the shots I got. So, excuse me, I'm just changing you around. Yeah, I got excited by the shots, so I don't know if I need to go back just yet. I guess when I put I'll tell you what, when I put the shots in the computer, I'll decide if I want to go back and reshoot it or not. Because I was quite happy with them when I was shooting it, because I got all the mist on the water, and then there's the layers in the mountains. I'm definitely happy that I got something, so yeah, I'm gonna walk around and see if I can shoot this. Do something a little different this morning. Do some water, because what I'd figured, if I don't get good sunlight, at least what the sun and the clouds will do, it will give me soft light rather than like dappled sunlight kind of thing, which is good. You want like a grey overcast for water, because then you can do longer exposures and it's more evenly lit. So I'm gonna go walk back around and see if I can get to see that from the other side. And it's definitely still raining because my camera is covered in water. Walking through that boggy bit was not fun. These trail shoes are great, but they can only do so much to protect you from water. And well, let's just say I stood on a patch and I very rapidly got sunk. My my ankle got ankle deep in water quite quickly, and it's now just soggy and wet and it feels awful. But might as well keep going because I am here. I just need to find framing. There's the water thing there. So I think here, yeah, somewhere around here might do. Oh, that was soggy too. Oh, this is all pretty boggy. Okay, I need slightly higher ground. Up there, maybe. Ow! Ball of the ankle. Let's go up here. More bog. Right. Yeah, up there because then I can zoom in. So let's. Okay. Oh, this is just as boggy. God damn, Scotland, why are you so boggy? Why are you so boggy? I need solid ground. Is this okay? Oh god, my feet are just getting soaked. Okay, I found a rock with slightly more solid placement. Okay, let's get unpacking. So I've got a framing I like now, so let me go ahead and actually just show you guys what it looks like. So that's just a test shot I took. Not bad, but that's only a 5.6 or something. No filter on it yet or anything. I haven't put that on yet. I'm kind of waiting a little bit. I'm just testing out the framing because although the framing is okay, it's not super, and I can't figure out what to do. Too close looks, when I zoom in too much, you don't get the context, and it just looks like water. This is kind of okay, and I'm only at what, 100 millimeters? So it's not too bad. I'm not super zoomed in, but if I zoom out, let me go ahead and show you guys. I can actually use live view, I guess, to show you. So I'm open up my live view. So that's what 100 or 70 looks like, and it's okay. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. And then you start zooming in. But if we go in like 200 kind of, it just looks, you don't get the context. So maybe that is a bit better than that. That just looks maybe a little too tight. There, kind of get a bit more. But I don't know, but then if you're too far out, instead of showing you zoom in and zoom out shots, too far out, you don't see the water as much. I don't know. Let me play around with it a little bit. There's some potential there though, for sure, just because it's so rapid. And you have the nice heather hill in the background over here. You've got the nice heathery mountain, but it's still definitely raining, that's for sure. Alright, so I've come up to this new spot here, and I actually prefer this because if you have a look, you can actually see, I don't know if you can see it in shot, but there's a mountain. You obviously have the mountain shots behind you, then there's a bridge just over here in shot, so you get a lot more context for the actual frame. So that I actually much prefer this. So I'm actually going to move on my gear and come out here. This is a little solider ground, and there's a rock here which I can sit down on as well. And there's a section over here where I can put the bag, because I'm going to put the polarizer on now and see if I can bring out some of the color and contrast and darken up the sky a little bit, and obviously make the water a little bit more free-flowing. Because yep, there's still no sunrise whatsoever over there. It's just grey nothingness. At least there's some clouds in the sky over here. So should I put the camera down? I'll leave the camera down on the ground. It's a brave thing to do, but I think it should be fine. So it's just a marker so I know where the hell to stand. And it'll be a lower kind of shot, so yeah. Yeah, let's just drop this down here. Well, not drop, carefully place. Let me just, yeah, there you go. Sorry, so that was a weird up-nose shot there for a second. Let me climb up on here. But yeah, I'm glad I went down and looked, because that's a much better framing. You do get better context, simply because then you see a bridge and you see mountains, rather than just rocks and water. Actually, it's when I had my portfolio review with Moose Peterson at Photoshop World. If you haven't seen those Photoshop World vlogs, go check them out. They're pretty fun. Well, I say they're fun, but one thing Moose said about an image in my portfolio is it's actually from here as well, and it's a waterfall, a small waterfall, but it's quite close, and it's very little in terms of context. And he said long exposure shots are great, you just have to be careful that you're not just doing a long exposure shot for the point of doing a long exposure shot. It actually has to serve a purpose in the photo. So, and I understood that completely. Don't just do a long you know, a smooth water shot because it's a smooth water shot, because everybody does them. What makes yours different and provides some sort of, it's an added bonus to a photo it's an added bonus to a good photo that's got context. So that I really took that to heart, and I actually kind of removed that from my portfolio to some degrees, because he still liked it and I still like it. But let's put you guys down, and I'm going to start getting set up to actually do this. I don't know how. I think I'm going to have to put my camera into my backpack to try and put the polarizer on, so I don't try and get water on it or inside it. But yeah, the camera's getting a little wet now, so I'm going to probably shoot for 15-20 minutes and then head in, because it's probably going to start raining more. It's actually getting pretty heavy to a point, so let's get cracking quickly. So amazingly, I managed to get my polarizer, I managed to take my UV filter off, put my polarizer out the box for the first time on the lens, get the camera on the tripod, mess around with the polarizer to get what I wanted, get the lens hood on, and have no water on it at all. I'm very happy with that. That was just pure coincidence. But I'm gonna have to work pretty quick because it is now just starting to plainly rain. So I'm just gonna have to, I don't really want to sit on the bag. Okay, that's fine. So let's see what live view gives me. Just switching you guys around as always because I need to play with my settings. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with the composition. I might as well try and show you guys. Yeah, that's not really all that great to see, but you can actually kind of see that's the bridge there, and then you've got mountains and stuff, and you've got water, and there's sky here, so you have a lot of nice layers and context. So I'm quite happy with that. The only next thing to kind of do is actually, I just want to zoom in, kind of get my focus. I don't know what I'm going to shoot. Let's say 5.6. That seems fair. Come up, focus. There we go. Okay, so actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it on autofocus simply because I don't really need manual focus because I'm not doing multiple exposures. I'm just doing long exposures. So let's see what that gives me. At 5.6 at 100 ISO, it's a 13th of a second. Still not very useful. So let's just increase that a little bit. Let's do f8. I'm trying to do a longer-ish exposure. Card 1 is full. That's a great time to fill up. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let me delete this one. Erase. I'm just gonna quickly erase a bunch of shots because, goddamn, I am such an idiot. Wait, I have a spare card with me. That's exactly why I bring spare cards. But I need to go in my bag and try and get it. Okay. Kit bag. Don't fail me now. I know I have a card in here. There we go. Got it. See? If you've ever watched my camera bag, watching my camera bag video from it's called What's in My Camera Bag January 2014. This is why I bring spare stuff. Spare batteries, spare cards. This is why, because we'll be out in the middle of a shoot and very hastily have to delete shots. So I'm glad I got that done and done with. So now let's get back to trying to shoot. Right, so I think I ended the other clip. I'm not sure, I can't remember if I'm honest, but I'm still playing around with settings. I'm in long exposure mode right now, or TV mode on my camera. I'm at 5 seconds, ISO 100 and -5 exposure compensation. But I don't think the exposure compensation is doing anything. It's just a dial, I guess, that's in here. But the only problem is that the oh, your battery is slowly going, but that's okay because I'm going to be leaving soon. So let me just have a quick play here one more time. I keep forgetting I've got long exposure noise compensation on. Yeah, it's just looking kind of pale. It might be the polarizer, in fact. I bet I can pull in the highlights on the sky though in these. I bet I can pull in the highlights in the sky and stuff and bring out some contrast and some structure. And maybe add a brilliance and warmth to make it a little warmer than it currently is. It's kind of stopped raining though, which is nice. Well, it's not raining as much, it's just very light drizzle. But look at that. No sunrise, it just got bright. So I'm glad I moved. Boy, my bag is wet. It's a good thing this bag is pretty much waterproof. It's stuff on the inside. Just gotta let it dry. But okay. I'm gonna play around with a couple more shots, but I'll turn you guys off, play around, and then I'll let you know what's actually happening. But I think after this, it may be the end of the day. So, well, end of the vlog, because I still have a full day to do, because it's only 6:30 in the morning. I figured out what was making the exposure so bright. My polarizer has actually misted up. So I need to very quickly dry this. I don't know why. It's not exactly like my bag is warm, but I guess outside is colder than my bag's room temperature. But the only problem is I use this cloth to get some of the water off of the camera, so it's already not the best cleaning agent right now, but it's all I have. So I think I have my lens pen with me, so well, I should have my lens pen with me. Let me, I don't know why I keep holding you guys when I'm actually trying to do work, but but I've got my lens pen, so I'm just gonna wipe some of the crap off it. That's good enough. It's good enough for what I need anyway. Oh, funny thing while I'm here. Hammer, I don't know what they do lens pens and stuff like that, H-A-M-A. They commented on my camera, what's in my camera bag video yesterday, soon. Ooh, nice choice of lens pen. I'm like, jeez, how the hell did you guys find me? It's hilarious that they actually found that video. But okay. All right, now we're playing. Now that it's not as smoky, or misty rather. So let's do another 5-second exposure, f32, which I've never seen pop up on this camera. I know cameras do f32. I've just never seen it pop up on this. But let's have a look. Let me get down here again. Okay, it's still. Oh, it's actually shifted a little bit. You know what? Even the water at all these different exposures looks exactly the same. If you look, the water looks exactly the same. It's pretty funny. Yeah, this one's got nice clouds, but the water just isn't as long and smooth. I could blend that in though, because they're perfectly aligned. So I could pull in this sky and then use maybe this exposure, because I like how the water looks and it's slightly darker than the other ones. That could work too, because that water, actually I kind of prefer the clouds in that one. It's not longer and the water looks exactly the same. It's just bringing up shadows. Okay, so I may have already got a shot, so you know what, I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna do one or two other little things, but I guess that's the end of these vlogs, because also, let me just check your battery, guys. Yep, your battery's running low, so okay, I think I've got a shot. I'm finally happy I managed to do something. It's just a shame the sunrise sucked as much as it did, but I managed to make the most of it and actually figure something else out. It's a good thing I brought the 70-200 out with me in the end, isn't it? So, and the polarizer. So, hope you've enjoyed this one. Catch you in the next one.